Hello, my name is Victoria Vest, and I got to see the musical Bright Star on September 20th. This is my playbill at the Liberty Tower Theater. I came in knowing nothing about the show, and I was very, very blown away and just so impressed by the entire production. I thought it was very, very well put on. And when you first walk into the theater, you see a thrust stage, and you see the set center stage, and it's a house where the orchestra will eventually be set in. And it is a very rustic, playful, southern tone. You just feel like a breath of fresh air, like it's home. You feel like you need to be there. The audience does. And I originally thought that it was the South because they had banjo music playing in the background, so I immediately thought of the South. And I also thought it was in the 50s and 60s, so middle 1900s, but it's actually the 20s and 40s as I read the program notes in North Carolina. But the set still does a very good job of explaining it is the South and it is the early South. The main protagonist of the show was Alice, who is played by Becca Schultz. I thought she did an amazing job of exemplifying and playing a lighthearted, whimsy, intelligent girl who just wants to be her own person and different from the entire world. And especially the costumes really illuminated this because the costumes made by Lynn Forth, she made everyone in the ensemble who was, the not stereotypical, but the similar. Everyone in the city is the same. They were in blues and browns, but Alice, who is the black sheep of the family and the town, she was in bright, bright yellow. Your eye automatically went to her and you knew she was different, and I thought the costumes really made that evident. The antagonist of the show was Mayor Josiah Dobbs, who is played by Brandon Yoder, and I thought he also did a very good job of playing a cunning, stern, professional individual who his main goal is to make his son stay away from Alice, even if it means doing the dirtiest of work. His son is played by Rendell Kellum, his character was Jimmy Ray, and again, very good job of showing a caring, genuine boy who is so in love with this girl, who is Alice. And I thought all three main characters did a very, very excellent job. The main conflict of the show is Josiah Dobbs not wanting his son to be with Alice, so he takes their baby and throws them off a train. Even though there was no obvious train, the direction by Linda Nell Cooper was so well put together. She had the entire ensemble make a moving train themselves. There were some boys in the ensemble who were moving their chairs as fast train wheels. And then the rest of the ensemble was bumping up and down, having a very, fun discussion, and they just, didn't have a care in the world. They were on a train they were transporting, and it was very, very well done. And the music and tech director, Matt Phillips, who's tech, and Catherine Wirt, who is music, they did a very good job of transferring the sound. So when they're on the train, specifically the climactic scene of the show, the sound doesn't go from loud to silent. It goes from silent to louder to loud in the middle, as if the train is passing itself. So the audience themselves feel like they're on the train and they're watching this entire event unfold before their eyes for the very first time. The lighting by Mark Howison also developed the entire play. The lighting also symbolized the entire production and the entire feel of it. On the train again, when Jimmy Ray throws when Mayor Josiah Dobbs throws his son Jimmy Ray and Alice's baby off the train, the lights flicker. And when you have a flickering light, it creates a very creepy, dramatic, scary tone. And it is scary. A baby's being thrown off a train. So the bag is focused. You can only see the bag flipping and the light just flashing up and down. And I thought that was very, very well done because you only see the bag, you only see the dramatic moment. Also, the lighting symbolized the feeling and the tone of Alice. So in the very beginning, the lights are very bright, as is her character, but when she loses her son in the process and after, when she grows up, she's very put together and very down, and she's not as whimsy as she used to be, and the lighting is in a way a bit darker than it was. But when she finds her son in the end, which is the ending resolved conflict, and finds Jimmy Ray, her love again, the lighting becomes brighter and her costume comes back. Her bright yellow costume comes back, which is just coming full circle on a very round character. I thought the play was very, very well done, as I said before, and I thought the main theme was you can't expect the future to be just like the past, when Jimmy Ray said that to his dad. And that creates the main tension of the entire play throughout all the characters. The older characters want their children to be just like them and follow their career paths, but they don't want to. They want to be their own people, as teenagers usually want to be. So, if there was more of an understanding throughout the characters themselves, the conflict would have been avoided, but without a conflict, we wouldn't have a show. Once again, I thought the play was very, very impressive. I was so moved by it and the message and the show, and their direction did a very, very good job, and I was very impressed. Thank you.